Oh, here's another story. It's a little off the track. This explains it. Maybe I should have said it to your camera. Jaston, the second abstention from the city council, Jaston Williams called up Bobby Bridger and says, we've got to say something about this. And Bobby had just heard about this idea, and he says, well, we're trying to do this massive recording of Barton Springs Eternal. And Jaston said, that's the idea. That's the sort of thing. We've got to say something. It's just one little 4-minute song. But I had another studio lined up, and this one is where Jerry Jaston Cutting and Livingston just sort of mentioned it, and it all just said, come here, and it's very appropriate. This is 9 acres of hill country preserve, the South Austin.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, actually, where's that one with the...
It's marked off. There we go. Here's the map.
You say...
I do too. You do too.
And when it's warm,
Austin is a summer city, Barton Springs Eternal. Winter's short, springs are pretty, Barton Springs Eternal. And when it's warm, where do we go? Barton Springs Eternal. It's tricky. I think I know the way.
So,
just let him sing.
are we ready to start in? All right.
He's a natural.
Are we going to do anything in the front part to kind of get the thing going? Like, hey, everybody, listen up.
Good idea.
I think it ought to have
Well, now.
good energy. It ought to be some good energy. So there's one little turnaround before Bill sings, right?
Yes.
Why don't I do something and each person can do something?
You can, and if you stay at the end, there's 10 of them.
Okay, I'm going to do something in front like, hey, this is Jerry Jim. Listen up, listen up. Bill, what are we going to talk about? And then you sing, Austin is a summer place.
You'll have to be really fast.
Okay, I can get it in there. Go ahead. Fred, record me from the top, too.
I can't tell you. I love it so much. Don't you think he's a sexy man?
Oh, you hold it down.
Hey, this is Jerry Jeff. Now, listen up here. Now, Bill Oliver, tell us about it. And when it's warm, where do we go to remove most all our clothes? The clearest, cleanest swimming hole is Barton Springs Eternal. And when it's warm, where do we go to remove most all our clothes? The clearest, cleanest swimming hole is Barton Springs Eternal.
The bank may have turned down your loan, but Barton Springs Eternal. Your boss won't let you off the phone, but Barton Springs Eternal. Let's hear it. That felt like I got it right. Bank may have turned down your loan, but Barton Springs Eternal. Your boss won't let you off the phone, but Barton Springs Eternal.
It's been a work day to forget. It's time for you to go get wet. You'll be feeling better, you bet. Barton Springs Eternal. It may be dry on Barton Creek, but Barton Springs Eternal. May not have rained in many weeks, but Barton Springs Eternal. If it's warm or if it's freeze, it's always 68 degrees in a world of uncertainty. Barton Springs Eternal. Give that a chance too, all right? Yeah, real good.
We should point out that Wheatsville was voted by the Austin Chronicle crowd as the best live music in a grocery store. And about 40 of the 60 employees of Wheatsville Food Co-op are musicians themselves. People like Teddy Roddy and Michael Hall and Poi Dog Pondering and Ed Hall and Toby Dammit and all sorts of bands have their day jobs at our food co-op on the drag, and we're real so proud to support all sorts of Austin musician stuff, especially when they're doing important stuff like this, trying to save our beloved Barton Springs.
Really?
All right. It may be dry on Barton Creek, but Barton Springs Eternal.
May not have rained in many weeks, but Barton Springs Eternal.
And if it's warm or if if it's freeze.
It's always 68 degrees.
In a world of uncertainties.
It's
Barton Springs eternal.
Great.
That's sweet.
That was
We'll
good.
take that.
Are we
John
kidding?
sounds just like he's playing.
That's all.
Did, but I got something to tell you. Okay? Now, why am I Aunt Pearl supporting SOS? Well, because every morning Joe Sears and Jaston Williams swam down at Barton Springs at 7:30 in the morning. But when they wrote Greater Tuna, when they put it together, 7:30 every morning. I told that to Jim Swift. Watch him lie about it.
Did you skinny dip, Pearl?
No, they wouldn't let me skinny dip that early. There was an old woman down there, though. She was so fast they couldn't catch her.
Who was that?
Well, her name was Minard. They called her Minard the Minnow.
Minard the Minnow.
I thought of Jerry Jim trying to do real wee-wee.
We want to do it again?
Sure.
Okay, okay.
Love it. It sounded.
They may abstain at City Hall, but Barton Springs eternal. Justice moving out of crawl, Barton Springs eternal.
Yeah.
Austinites say tanks a lot. Rumors breaking rules a lot. Looks like an impervious lot on Barton Springs.
Indians, they used to come. Barton Springs eternal.
Feel the chill, feel the sun.
Barton Springs eternal. And as they filled their water sacks, to them it was a sacred act. What would they do what would they say if they came back?
What would they say?
What would they say if they came back? Barton Springs eternal.
That's good. Okay. One more.
Indians, they used to come.
Barton Springs eternal.
Feel the chill, feel the sun.
Barton Springs eternal. And as they filled their water sacks, to them it was a sacred act. What would they say if they came back? Barton Springs eternal.
Okay, get there.
Get John. You're not coming in.
All right.
Austin, the whole reason I ever moved to Austin in the first place has always been because of this feeling of really and truly the coexistence of the extreme kind of factions that happen here, and the cooperation between people with, the conservatives get along with the radicals, and they figure out ways to do the things that kind of suit everybody's ends. And sometimes I never have really been a public participant in much of the stuff that's going on. But now it's sort of, when it starts feeling like things are getting a little bit one-sided, a little bit where there's seems to be. Now I don't really know enough about all of it to know for sure, but when there's this feeling of a kind of a lack of concern for what it is that's beautiful and wonderful about Austin, it feels like a good reason to be involved. And plus it's a chance to be together with millions of my old friend musicians that I haven't seen in years, so it's part of it.
All right, man. That's all I need. I appreciate it very much, man.
We can live with that. Okay.
Hey, all
Anything
right.
else? Oregon in the Greater Tuna.
Why do people worry so about Barton Springs eternal? Holler out, look out below. Barton Springs eternal. It's a little twist on down and up. When it's octavers and octavers. So what goes down, then comes up. Barton Springs eternal.
Very subtle.
It's a subtle thing.
Sure, there's a lot of camera just for 4 bars of the solo here. You're an important part.
We wanted
Everyone's
to treat you the same
important.
as everyone else.
This little diagram here was done by a cartoonist here we all know, Sam Hurt, and it's a funnel, as you can see, and it's intended to illustrate the point that out in the contributing watersheds to Barton Springs, you have these steep slopes, and when it rains, the runoff runs off of these steep slopes, it collects in the creeks, and then it, along the fault line, enters the Edwards Aquifer. And the water moves through open channel flow, through open channels where there's no filtration, and it all funnels down and discharges at Barton Springs. So what you very definitely have in the contributing watersheds, meaning Barton, Williamson, Slaughter, Little Bear, Bear, and Onion Creeks, is kind of a funnel. It all funnels down to the recharge zone and discharges at Barton Springs. You know, the illustration here reflects some of the different sources of pollution that get caught up in the runoff and end up in the aquifer and springs eventually. And I'll just point out here that this little column of text here describes some of those different sources of pollutants that threaten the aquifer. And then these are some of the tips about what homeowners and business folks can do. And then specifically with relation to the use of lawn chemicals, fertilizers and pesticides and fungicides and so on for lawns. This column here gives you sources of information where you can go to find very good, safe, and effective alternatives, which can create a lawn that's both beautiful and also a lot safer for your children and your pets and, in fact, yourselves.
How many times reweed and wee-wee? I could see where this is. How many times reweed?
You want to go back to the close?
Reweed that word.
We read and weep.
How many times we read?
Try to roll that R too. Read and weep.
How many times we read and weep?
Read and weep.
Read and weep.
That's it. That might help.
All right, that may help. We read and weep.
We read and weep.
Do the next then.
How many times we read and weep, Barton Springs eternal. Get it, he's out there.
What a pro. What a pro.
Now, Jerry, at the end, we're going to say Barton Springs Eternal. Barton Springs Eternal 10 times, you know, and then we'll build a chorus around you. Right? Right. Watch development as it creeps. Barton Springs Eternal. This piecemeal progress and grand demise has been more than gone and compromised. We don't want no consolation prize or what? Barton Springs Eternal. 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 Barton Springs.
I sung for the springs. Put it right here next to my gillies and my don't mess with Texas rivers and lakes. And my bent bumper. There you go. I still have percussion yet to do. I hope they have a track for me.
Watch development as it creeps up, Barton Springs.
This piece we consolation prize for what?
Even on that where he said Barton Springs Eternal the first time, I think we ought to let him say it.
Okay.
They fired us.
They're going to do it again.
We're just getting it now.
Do it again. Who is that talking to?
Wait a minute, you want us to leave some space? Hey, that's not the Gonzo way.
Not the guitar player.
Watch development
We're
as
just
it
listening
creeps
now.
up, Barton Springs.
This piece we consolation prize for what?
That's where it has to end, because that's where we started the chorus before.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna
We're on the same track. We're on the same track.
put another track. Another track.
Get it? Can you find us another one?
Oh, okay. Say, don't do that when he goes. That Barton Springs turns. That's what you're trying to tell us. That first Barton Springs
He's
turn.
out of record by then.
Only the first one. Can we do it on?
Oh, I see.
On the second one, we start.
Bob wants us all the way through. Yeah, we want to.